and welcome to Wand and Crown. I'm Keeley, that's Hayley, and if you can't tell by Hayley's shirt, sweater, whatever you're dying in, we're gonna talk about Christmas today.
Sadly, this is not part of Christmas in Disney anymore.
It's fine. It's still on theme. It's on theme. Yeah. I have my New Year's shirt on, so like we're
end of the year holidays.
End of the year holidays. Exactly. Yeah. Perfect. So Disney has a lot to offer at the holidays, and so does Universal. So we're going to talk about both.
Yeah, we're going to have a separate episode for the parties that are at Disney World this year. There's a new one, so it's not just Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. But because there's two of them, there's a lot to cover. So we're going to put that in our next episode. And this week is just the holidays at the parks.
Exactly. Because there's so much to do. Like if you're going to Disney, like in general, or just if you're going to be in the Orlando area and not going to like Disney parks necessarily, there's still a lot to do. And even Universal, there's still a lot to do.
Yeah, you can absolutely experience the holidays at Disney without actually paying to do a separate ticketed event or go into the parks, because they've got so much at the resorts, at Disney Springs. It's great.
Yeah. So we'll roll right into the first thing. So Disney Springs, they have a Christmas tree scavenger hunt.
Yep.
Yeah, I think because before COVID, it was the trail, and that was back by like the Saratoga Springs entrance.
Yeah, it was a very enclosed. It was not great.
I'm glad they changed it. Like to me, like this is a good change because it's like throughout Disney Springs. And when we went in December of 2021, it was nice because we went to dinner at the Boathouse, which is my favorite restaurant at Disney Springs. And afterwards we like walked around and went shopping, and then we stumbled upon all the trees and like the Haunted Mansion one, the Beauty and the Beast one, Toy Story, and they're throughout the entire property of Disney Springs. Yeah. And
They've also got like a pro tip is to look on your My Disney Experience. You look at the Disney Springs map, they will have little icons for all of the trees.
Each one. Yeah. And so it's like you can either just stumble upon them, or like if there's like a specific one, like I knew I wanted to see the Haunted Mansion one, we looked on the map for that. Of course, yeah. The Beauty and the Beast one, I think that was outside of World of Disney. So I think we stumbled upon that one, and I was like, oh my God, like, everybody's staring at me, and I'm like taking videos and pictures from all the angles, and I'm like, I know you're sitting there, but like I need to get a picture of this tree.
Can you just move a little bit? Like I just
my whole life at Disney. Just move. Mostly I'm like this taking pictures, like trying to get like get the whole crowd out of it.
Problems.
But exactly, yeah. But that's the fun about Disney Springs is you can either do it as a full-on scavenger hunt where you just stumble upon them, or you can check the map on MDE and see where they are.
Yeah.
So,
and it's very interesting to see like what they bring into the trees. Like I think last year they had a Disney Cruise Line. Wasn't a tree. It was more of a topiary, but it was a ship made out of the shrubs. So that was a fun little addition. They had Lion King, which was very Animal Kingdom reminiscent. But they've also got, like, in addition to the trees, a lot of the restaurants around Disney Springs will have special drinks, special foods for the holidays. But the big one is Jock Lindsay's Hangar Bar.
Yep. It is like Christmas threw up in that bar.
They go all out. Got lights up on the ceiling, decorations everywhere. It's wonderful. And special food and drinks.
Yes. And it's really cool. Keep in mind though, it is small. So if you want that to be a priority, make sure you get there and you get your name on a reservation or whatever you're going to do, because it's a small location. So just keep that in mind. But I think they even have the outside of it decorated a little bit, like the front entrance, and you can like see in it, like their front doors. I feel like they always have the front doors open. Like you can see in it pretty well. So even if you just want to see it, pop your head in.
You can see it. You won't get the food, but it's
fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. So I think that pretty much covers Disney Springs.
Yep.
So the next thing that's outside the resorts, which is one of my new favorite things since my December 2021 trip, is the resort trees. We planned an entire day. I think I spent, not even kidding, like an hour and a half one day coming up with this entire plan
of how to get to each resort,
what trees we were going to see. Yes, the best way to get from resort to resort. Like I sent my friend, and this was pre me being a travel agent. So this was one of those things where I'm like,
this is just
maybe I should do this. This is like the fact that I can just kind of pull this up. But it's really fun because like we'll do that like on our days when we like our travel days, we'll usually do like Disney Springs, and then we'll resort hop, and we'll either resort hop to bar hop or resort hop to see Christmas trees. That's essentially like what our resort hopping is. Or both. Yes, and that's what we did. I even had like the times for all the bars and everything listed out on my spreadsheet, and I was like, why am I not doing this as a job? Like this is wild. So that's a really fun thing is all of the resorts have trees that are themed to their resort. And if you know, all the Disney resorts are themed, and Disney loves their theming. So the trees are really, really cool. And it's not just like you might think like the deluxe resorts. No, all of them have really cool trees.
Single one.
Mm-hmm.
But you've also got like the carousel, the gingerbread carousel. And oh shoot, I cannot. It's in Boardwalk. I want to say Boardwalk, but my brain's thinking Beach Club or Yacht Club. But it's in Boardwalk.
It's in Yacht. It's Yacht because Beach Club has the train garden. Are they together?
Oh,
I have picture. I know I can't go back. I have pictures and I can't reference them because we're recording.
I know, same.
Between Beach and Yacht, they have the carousel, the working gingerbread carousel. It's gingerbread, but it works. And they have a train garden. Yes. And they both have trees.
Yep. And then you've also got over at the Grand Floridian, you've got their giant gingerbread house that changes theming every year. I think last year they had the 50th medallion like hidden everywhere.
Yes. So also another pro tip. We're just throwing the pro tips out here. The Contemporary also has a gingerbread house. It's not as big, but if you want gingerbread and the line at Grand Floridian is long, just monorail over to the Contemporary and buy your gingerbread over there. I had my friend do it last year. He got it for me and I did not get it till March. His wife froze it for me though. So like, thanks Amanda. But that's a pro tip is if you don't want to wait in the Grand Floridian line, it's not like, I mean, we're talking like 10 or 15 minutes, but like if you want to jump over the Contemporary anyway, I think you can pretty much walk up. There might be one person ahead of you, but go to Contemporary to actually get the gingerbread.
And I mean, you might as well, because then you get to see their tree too.
I don't love their tree.
No, their tree is kind of boring.
And it's outside.
Yeah.
It's out front. You can see it from anywhere. I don't love it. I skipped that one. I
just see it from the monorail.
We see it from the monorail. Exactly. I think my favorite is Animal Kingdom Lodge. Yeah.
I can see that. It's very similar to Animal Kingdom's tree, and Animal Kingdom is your favorite park. So,
yep. And that's my favorite tree. Even though I love Hollywood Studios as my park overall at Christmas, Animal Kingdom's tree is my favorite tree.
Yeah.
We agree that Hollywood Studios is best overall. But yeah, they all have Art of Animation is like a rainbow tree.
Yep.
Because it's like art, so it's like a rainbow.
Kind of cartoony.
Yep.
Nods.
Yep. All the All-Stars have them. The only one we didn't go to, and it's weird because we were taking the Skyliner, was Caribbean Beach. Like that's like the one resort we skipped. But I know they have one.
It's a hub. You don't really get off.
Yeah, I don't know why. I think we like saw it online. We're like, all right, like we saw the tree. We were like running short on time. I think we did it between like 2 days or something. But I did map it out for clients. They were there last year, so I mapped out. They stayed at Swan, so I mapped out an entire thing for them and was like, here's where to go, and like transportation. They had a hoop-de-doo reservation, so I'm like, here's your timing. Here's where you're going to go. Here's every single mode of transportation you can take. And if you decide to hop off at any point, here's what you're going to do. It's, there's too much knowledge up there sometimes. But But like it's a whole day. Like, so again, if you are in Orlando and you want to go to Disney, but you don't want to be in the parks, the resort trees are like a huge thing to go do. And just the resorts themselves.
Yeah, the resorts themselves are just decked out. So it's a great way to get yourself in the holiday spirit.
Exactly. So we'll move into the parks now because obviously that's like majority of the stuff, I guess.
Yeah.
So across all 4 parks, and like we said, kind of at Disney Springs and the resorts too, they'll have the specialty food and drinks. As of the time we're recording this, they haven't announced any. I don't think they've announced anything yet. No, not yet. They haven't announced. Yeah, they haven't announced anything yet. They've announced the parties, but we haven't gotten any reports of like what food or drinks are coming this year. And they'll have stuff outside of the parties. Obviously, there's more within the parties, but they still have stuff if you're just a day guest there. Yeah. So that's part of it. You got another fun thing. Santa is in the parades too. So if that's like a huge like draw for you. I know Sarah G that we work with, homegirl, loves Santa. She goes and visits him at Disneyland every year. I know.
Well, Disneyland has it where like you can go and meet Santa and like the locals will go and get their pictures, their holiday pictures taken with them. Yeah. That's a little different.
You can't do that at Disney World. No.
But you can see him in the parades.
I saw
Very merry. But
right, yeah. I saw him in a convertible at Hollywood Studios. They did a cavalcade.
I love it.
Chilling, just sitting on the back seat in the cavalcade at Hollywood Studios. And I'm like, they're playing the music. And I'm like, this is great. Like, I don't want to leave here. Are you kidding me? Yeah.
You have to go home?
Right, I have to go home. Like, it's Christmas right now. I'm just going to stay for the next month. It's fine. But yeah, so that's fun because like you still get to see him. Again, you don't necessarily get to meet him, but it's still like that.
It's the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. The holiday season is here. Santa has landed.
Essentially, yes, exactly. So, and it's so fun because they usually, and like the cavalcades or like even the parades, now they go slow. You can get your kid, like if you want to get your kid with Santa, just post them in front.
Not in front of the floats, not past the
in front of all the people.
We are not advocating
putting
your kid in danger.
Front of the crowd. Of the crowd. Get your picture. I did that with my best friend when we were 24.
Hold them up real high.
I couldn't do that with Emily. No, not when we were 24. I couldn't hold her up. But we got a picture of her in front of Little Mermaid. It happens. She was like crying. It's great. My best friend loves Little Mermaid. Hi Emily, if you're watching. She cried when she first met her, and then we saw her in the parade later that day, and she cried again, and it was great. And I have that picture, and it's forever my favorite picture of her. But that's how you create those memories, is in the parades when you show up to the front of the crowds.
Yep.
Sure. So yeah, can't meet Santa, but you can see him in the parade.
Yeah.
So
and there's also so while the parties are going to be a part of the main. While the parties are going to be part of the big draw this year to Magic Kingdom and Hollywood Studios.
I'm so excited.
They both have on off nights where the parties aren't going. In Magic Kingdom, you will get a projection show on the castle with your fireworks, your nightly fireworks. It's going to be holiday themed. And then over in Hollywood Studios, you get it on Hollywood Tower of Terror. And they've got, oh my God, it's so wonderful. Oh, it's wonderful. And they've got little like billboard sized TV screens lining Sunset Boulevard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Sunset Boulevard.
Yes, yep.
The 2 boulevards. I can never remember.
Do it too.
Sunset Boulevard going up to Tower of Terror they'll show shorts, Muppets, and then it'll be like, oh, here's a video that we're showing, mm-hmm. and then once they're done with the video, boom, projections over on the Tower of Terror that relate to the video.
And then after that, that's when the Snope comes out.
Yeah, Snope.
For those that don't know, Snope is, so it doesn't snow in Orlando, obviously. I just like to remind people, it doesn't snow. I don't know that it's ever snowed there.
Unless there's some dramatic weather event.
Right. They get cold sometimes, but I don't know that snow's ever happened. But so instead of obviously putting out fake snow, they do snow, which is soap essentially, but like
flurries.
Yeah, and it's really fun. And then the lights are going, and it's so good. It's like, I think the Tower of Terror projection, I think it's like a 10 or 15-minute rotation.
Something like that, yeah.
I made a group stand there for like 3 rotations last time because I was like, I need to make sure I get everything. And like my husband was like, are you done? And I'm like, no, I need to make sure it doesn't, like, something else doesn't happen the next time. I tell him that. I'm like, go ahead, dude. Go ahead. I got this. We're fine.
We've got phones. We can catch up with each other.
But it's so magical. And I'm like, I just want it. And then the snow comes down and I'm just like, this is perfect. And then, oh God, it's so good.
Songs, Christmas songs in the background.
Yes. And that's my favorite. As we said, that is our collective overall favorite park at Christmas time. Collectively, it's not my favorite tree, but it's my favorite park.
Oh, it's beautiful. They put a Santa hat on Gertie.
And she gets an ornament in her mouth.
Yep. And in the lake.
Yes.
Sorry. So for those who don't know, Gertie is the dinosaur that is in Hollywood Studios Lake, the giant long-necked dinosaur.
You can get ice cream from her.
Yep.
There's ice cream in her stomach if you want ice cream.
And so her lake will have ornaments, and she gets a Santa hat and an ornament that dangles from her mouth.
Yep. And the tree's right there too.
Yep, the tree is in the lake too. And the whole park itself is just like
vintagey
glam.
Yes.
Christmas.
Tinsel. The things by Gertie that they have on the lamppost. I'm not even kidding. I think I have like 30 pictures of them. I don't know what they are, but it's like the vintage, like the orange tinted, like deer. And I'm trying to think what else.
I don't know how to describe them other than it's vintage lighted signs. Around them. So it's got Santa, it's got Rudolph. Mm-hmm. I think it's got candy canes as well, and they never look as good in pictures as they do in real life, which is one of life's greatest disappointments to me.
It's true.
They're so pretty.
It's true. It's my favorite overall park. So even without Jollywood Nights there, I'm still like happy to just camp out at nighttime at Hollywood Studios. But I'm very excited for Jollywood Nights.
So excited.
Yes.
But that's for next show.
That's next episode. Come back if you want to hear us talk about Jollywood Nights and Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, because we're going to Jollywood Nights, and then because I can't help myself, I'm also going to Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. Because I have a problem, and that problem is Disney. But it's okay. I could have worse problems. Yeah. So next park is one that's, I think, has the most to do outside of a party, which it doesn't have a party, which is Epcot.
Yeah.
So Epcot, the festival park, has a festival going on.
Shocking.
Right. So this is the last festival of the year. It's Festival of the Holidays, and it is the shortest. I believe it starts like the first week in November.
No, it starts.
Is it mid?
It starts right after Thanksgiving.
I was going to say, and then as soon as okay. So it's like 5 weeks.
Yeah. They close, they close food and wine usually on the Saturday before Thanksgiving. Yeah. And then, Festival of the Holidays opens the Friday after.
That's right. Now that you're saying that, yep, you're right. Okay. Yeah. I knew it was like at least November, December, but yeah, it's super short, but it's a great festival nonetheless. So if you're there, check it out. It's like every other festival I've got.
But it's fun because they also will put up these, I can't remember what they're called. They're like storytellers.
Yep.
So each, my brain.
Country.
Thank you.
You got storytellers.
Each country will have like a stage area, and they will have a scroll that tells a specific thing about how that country celebrates the holidays. Mm-hmm. It's not always Christmas. Mm-hmm. It is in the majority of the countries. Pavilions, that's the word I was looking for. It is in the majority of the pavilions. But when you get to like China and Japan, they will talk about how they celebrate the New Year. Over in Morocco, they've got a section for Judaism and celebrating Hanukkah, which is great, and I love that. And then the kiosks, the food kiosks themselves, will also have nods to those holidays. So they'll have latkes at the Jewish pavilion. I want to say they've got, over in Norway, they've got, I can't remember what it's called. They've got like the Christmas bread over in Norway.
I'm just thinking school bread. That's what, when you say Norwegian bread, I'm just thinking about that school bread. I
mean, it probably is that, just like
Christmasized.
Exactly. Oh, so it's a great way to like kind of, and then they also have like storytellers who will come out and at the Jewish kiosk will tell the story of Hanukkah. They'll have storytellers come out all around all of the pavilions and either sing songs or tell stories or
something. It's really fun. It's nonstop fun. And then the scavenger hunt was Olaf last year. Okay, because you were sending me pictures, and I think it was, I got two of the ones that you sent me, and then Cody's the one that guessed Cody guessed two of the three. I can't remember. Cody guessed my husband.
No one got the Jewish pavilion.
No, I know, because you were like, it's obvious. I'm like, Hayley, no, it's not. It was the top of a booth. It was the corner of a booth. That's not obvious. I mean, I probably should know that, but like.
So yeah, they will have little statues of Olaf hidden around the park, and there is usually a scavenger hunt that you can pay to then get some sort of fun
prize
souvenir.
Or you can just find them.
Yeah.
And quiz your friends that should know but don't. But it is really fun because, like, I mean, I feel like a kid when we go, because I'll be like, oh, look, there's Pascal. Oh, there's Olaf. And my husband's like, great. And I'm like, but you don't understand.
It's fun.
It's fun. This is what we're here for. But it is so fun. So one of the other things they have in the pavilions is the candlelight processional, which is like, I think like the hottest ticket to get, like dining package wise. So they had guest speakers. Now I believe this starts same as Festival of Holidays. I think it's like end of November into December. Usually speakers are there sometimes 2 nights. I think they'll do like between 1 and 3 nights is what they'll do.
Celebrity speakers.
Yes, celebrity speakers. So it's famous people. Last year, my favorite, I live in Baltimore. Cal Ripken Jr., former Oriole, like that's who I grew up. That was like my idol growing up, and also Brady Anderson. But that's he was one of the speakers, and I was like, that's so cool. Like I was like,
not know you were a baseball girl.
Yes, I am. But yeah, I was like dying. I saw him on the list, and I was like, that's so cool. I had clients go. I'm trying to remember I think Mariska Hargitay was last year.
One of them. Neil Patrick Harris is always one of them.
Josh Gad was last year, the year previous. There's a lot of like famous celebrities in there, and then you'll have some that like Cal Ripken Jr. That's a little niche. That's a little bit baseball people and probably people from Baltimore. But I mean, he's big in the sports world.
I think everyone has heard of Cal Ripken.
I know, but I'm like, there's some people that haven't. But that's what I'm saying. Like, it's kind of niche. I don't know, but most of them are at least recognizable, and they usually release that list in like September, October. It was October. No, it's September, because I remember it was right before my wedding. So I had clients going, and they were like, well, we want to go on Christmas Eve, no matter who the speaker is. And then when they announced it, I sent it to her, and it was before my wedding. It was like September, but don't quote me on that fully. But it's like in the beginning of fall is when they usually announce who's going to be there. I feel like there's some people that plan their trips around the speakers too.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Not my thing, but it is the thing for a lot of people. A lot of people, this is their Christmas tradition, is going to see candlelight processional. And what it is a celebrity narrator who is telling the story of Christmas, and they've got a choir flanking them, looking like Christmas trees, holding candles, hence the candlelight processional name. And they will sing in between each narration, and it really is lovely. I prefer to stop on my way around the showcase. I don't know, maybe drink something while I'm listening to it and then move along.
We did that when we were there. It was Jodie Benson was the speaker. And as I said earlier, my best friend loves Little Mermaid. So we stood in the back, watched like 5 or 10 minutes, took a video, sent it to my friend. And she's like, tell her to say hi, Emily. I'm like, I can't. I want to for you, but I can't. But that was nice because we got to watch it. And then when we were done, we were like, all right, see you later. So you can do that if you want these. They do offer the dining packages, and they have, I think it's like 4 restaurants.
It's a good amount of restaurants.
It's 4 sit down, 2 quick serve.
Yeah,
they expanded that last year. And
they will save seats at I think it's Regal Eagle, and I want to say Spice Road Table.
Yep.
They will save a few options for day of walk up.
Yes.
People who want to buy the dining package day of.
Yes.
So if you don't think you want to do it, and then you get there and you're like,
I kind of want to do this.
Kind of want to do it. You can do it.
Yep.
But I would get there earlier rather than later.
Yep. Exactly. I agree. Or again, if you're like, we just want to do like a quick, like watch it and then leave, just time it. And the other thing is go to the later shows because it's getting darker and it's pretty. If you go to the early one, it's like, it's so cool, but it's still a little bit light out. So when you go later, you're getting a little bit more than ambiance.
You get the full effect.
Yes. Yeah. Agree. So speaking of going when it's still light out, Animal Kingdom closes very early in the wintertime. So you see Animal Kingdom at night for maybe like 30 minutes? Yeah. If that. And they're pushing it to the center of the park back to Tree of Life, but that's okay because exactly, because they have a really cool show on Tree of Life for the holidays. I just like what they've done, the Beacon of Magic with that. I love all the beacons of magic that they've done on all 4 icons, but on Tree of Life
it's because it's like the tree, and this sounds very silly. It's called Tree of Life Awakening. So I was gonna say it sounds like the tree is awakening, or looks like the tree is awakening, because it's a projection show, and it will have, for people who don't know, Tree of Life has carvings of hundreds, if not thousands, of different animals. And so you'll be watching this and you'll see an animal kind of come to life and run around the tree or do something. And I don't know how to I've got chills thinking of it.
I know, it's so cool. I know, it's wild. It's literally wild. The other fun thing they have there, and I think I keep saying it's my favorite, but this is like it's my favorite because it's the cutest, is the Merry Menagerie there. If you're going to go to Animal Kingdom at Christmas time and you're going to do what I did and skip Animal Kingdom, don't do it. Because I did that and I regret it. And I can't wait for when you and I go back and we're stopping at Animal Kingdom and we are seeing these little furry puppets. And that's exactly pretty much what this is. They're like puppets. They're puppets. Yeah. But they're so cute. Oh my gosh. They have like little sea lions. They have reindeers. They have wolves. They have foxes and penguins. Oh my God. How did I forget? And they're a little pushy thing and their feet go like this. And it's just the cutest thing I've ever seen. Every time I see a picture of them or a video, I'm just like, oh my God, they're so cute. They sell stuffed animals. I'm probably going to have to buy one when we go. Yeah. But they're so cute. It's just cast members walking around. Look for hordes of people because people will hoard around these cast members.
It's not right at the entrance, but it's like when you can see the Tree of Life, it's going to be there.
Yeah. And they blink and they look like real animals and they're so cute. Clearly, I'm obsessed with them. And we skipped Animal Kingdom. We skipped Animal Kingdom. And my friend Ashlyn was like, why did we skip Animal Kingdom? And I'm like, I don't know. It's one of the biggest regrets of my life is skipping Animal Kingdom. But we're going to make up for it when we go this December. So it's quite all right. So speaking of our summer trip, the other park we're going to go to is Universal. Mm-hmm. So Universal doesn't have any holiday parties. So it's a little bit different from Disney where what you see is what you get. but that's okay because they still decorate for Christmas.
Yep.
Harry Potter. Well, Hogsmeade is, well, they both get decorated for
Hogsmeade
Christmas.
looks decorated year round.
But I was going to say Hogsmeade is like just winter when it's 105 degrees out like it is right now there. But they decorate a little bit more. Diagon Alley fully decorates. So you're getting like that Harry Potter, like even more special magic of like Christmas and
the Christmas vibes. The best part of the movies.
It is, because Harry Potter is a Christmas movie. At least the first one is, for sure.
Fight anyone who says otherwise.
Yes, exactly. They also decorate Whoville, which that's really cool. We saw this slow transition in October. Like we were there like 3 days before Halloween, and like Christmas was already starting. Now this is an island, so Halloween Horror Nights is at studio, so there was like a little bit of separation. So you're not seeing both at once. But like
you're not getting
was
a
like
chainsaw ripped behind you while you're looking at
with Christmas lights on it. There's plenty of like crossover horror movies with that. But no, Whoville was so decorated, so cool. I like was not expecting it to be like that cool. No, we didn't see like the tree or anything, but they put up a tree.
Yep. And they light it every day, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they won in Whoville, then they won it at studios too. They put, I think that's in New York. Yes, it's in New York. They might be moving it though because of Minions. I don't know how it will probably still make sense where they're going to usually put it, but anyway, I digress. So yeah, Whoville's really cool. They also have like the Who's will come out. They'll be dressed up.
Grinchmas.
I was going to say, so they have a show called Grinchmas, and you can get tickets for it's a virtual queue. So you can get tickets to see that. If you want to get a guaranteed way to see the Grinch, you can do breakfast with the Grinch. So it's like, yeah, it's essentially like character dining. I had clients do it last year. They said they really liked it. So that's kind of a way to get a one-on-one interaction with the Grinch. And you can also do a virtual queue to meet the Grinch as well. But I know that goes insanely fast. Every year, like all the Facebook groups I'm in, it's people like, oh my gosh, I already went. And I'm like, oh, that sucks. I'm sorry. But you got to be on top of it. Again, if that's something you want to do, you have to be quick fingers, know what to do, and
set an alarm. Don't be me forgetting about it until it's 5 minutes later. Oh, shoot.
I'm alarm central when there's things to do on vacations.
No, I'll keep that in my mind.
Yeah, I was going to say, who do you think is going to do everything when we go? Probably both trips. Another really fun thing they have, and this is, if you follow me on Facebook, I talk about it every time they do the changeover, is the tribute store at Universal. So essentially it's like every 3 months or so ish, depending, they'll kind of change it with like the seasons. Like right now it's Jurassic Park for summer. Halloween Horror Night starts in two months. We're in July. Oh my gosh, 2 months.
Yeah.
They're going to probably close it down in the next month. Like I'm going to say like end of this month into August, they'll probably close it down, change it over to Halloween Horror Nights. Once Halloween is over, probably by like the 2nd to 3rd week of November, it'll be fully Christmas themed, which is really cool. Cause again, it's all about like set decoration. So they have like Harry Potter themed rooms. So it's like just like a little bit extra. They'll do, I'm trying to think, last year was Earl the Squirrel, which is like a specific Universal thing. It is. Harry Potter. Did they do like an ET? No, I'm thinking of last summer's room. They did ET and Jaws. I can't remember the other like 2 or 3 rooms that they have, but it's all themed at like holidays. They'll have Macy's stuff because they also have the Macy's holiday parade there, which has some of the floats that are in the Macy's holiday parades, or at least replicas of it. And it is sponsored by Macy's. That happens at nighttime in the park. No extra ticket. So that's the fun thing about Universal, is like all of that's like,
see it all.
Yeah, it's all included. Yeah. Whereas Disney, you get a lot, but you're going to get a lot more in parties. Universal, you kind of get all of it up front. So it's, but there's a lot to do. Oh, and the resorts have trees too. Of
course. Which
you can go to the resorts. I don't say they're not as accessible. Well, I wouldn't say they're not worth it.
I wouldn't say they're as accessible because Disney has its own property. Like, everything's pretty much self-contained. Universal has its own property, but it's more spread out.
Yes. Well, yeah. Yeah, I would say the only resort that I would say to go to at Christmas time would be Cabana Bay, because again, it's like that like vintagey feel. I think there, you know where else? Probably Portofino.
Oh.
I think their tree they put out in the courtyard outside, like by the water. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. We'll have to check it out, Haley, and go see what's going on.
Obviously.
Yeah. So, but they have them there. So again, if you're like just doing a Universal stay, or like you're staying on property at Universal and you're looking for some time to kill, go check the trees out, because they're still doing it. I think it would be worth it to at least check it out once. I think Disney's like an entire event.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whereas Universal, I think that'd be, and again, you get to see all the different resorts, which I always like doing, but maybe that's just me. I don't know. It'd just be a me thing.
Well, you know, probably.
Probably. That's fine. So I think that pretty much wraps up all of our Christmas stuff.
Yeah. Aside from the parties, which is next episode. So if you guys have any questions, thoughts, concerns, you know, all that fun stuff, drop them in the comments. And be sure to tune in next week, or not next week, next episode in 2 weeks for everything about the holiday parties over in Disney World. And tickets are going on sale tomorrow when we're filming this. So they will be on sale.
It will be on sale
by the time you guys see this.
Exactly.
So we will see you next time.
All right. Bye.